Alright everybody, it's time to get this Week 9 party started, so let's just get right to it. I'm going to start with a game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons, who currently both lead the NFC South Division at 5-2, with the New Orleans Saints just one game back at 5-3, a half game back actually. So this game is basically for the lead of the NFC South at the end of the week. I kind of like the Falcons. I mean, the Buccaneers have put a great season together, and I'm starting to trust them more. But I still kind of like the Falcons. One, because they're at home, and two, they're the team that's kind of been together the longest. And yeah, so I think that'll kind of be an advantage over the Buccaneers, although it is a tough pick. So I'm going to pick the Falcons. And Madden's going to pick the Falcons as well, 24-3. Okay, let's move on to another NFC South matchup, the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers, which is a much less close matchup in regards to their records. The Saints are 5-3 and Carolina is just 1-6, which makes it a pretty easy pick. I don't think I have to explain it too much. I'm going with the Saints. And Madden's going with the Saints as well, 21-0. Okay, the big Toronto game, the Chicago Bears and the Buffalo Bills. Bills have not won a regular season game in Toronto before, so it's basically just another away game for them. It's an away game for the Bears too, but yeah. So the Bears haven't won a game yet this year, obviously, and I don't think this is the one they're going to win. The Bears are a little strong for them, so I'm going to go with the Bears. Madden's going to go with the Bears too, 27-6. We're 3 for 3 on agreeing so far. Let's move on to the Jets and the Lions. For some reason, Madden does not like the Jets. Their actual record is 5-2. They have Detroit right. They are 2-5. And again, another pretty open and shut one that I don't feel like I have to explain a whole lot. Yeah, the Jets are going to win. And Madden likes the Jets too, 35-21. Starting to turn around your opinion on the Jets, eh, Madden? Move on to Miami and Baltimore. Miami is 4-3, Baltimore 5-2. And yeah, Miami's had an okay season. Baltimore, you know, expected to be one of the best teams in the league so far, and so far they're not doing too bad at 5-2. They're not the best, obviously, but yeah, I like Baltimore in this one. Yeah, I like Baltimore in this one. Let's just say that. Madden likes Baltimore too, 24-10. Wouldn't it be something if we agree on everything this week? Let's see, New England and Cleveland. Another pretty one-sided matchup, I think, that I don't have to explain too much. New England has the best record in the league right now at 6-1. And Cleveland, not the worst record at 2-5, but definitely could be doing better. So, going to go with the New England Patriots. And so is Madden, 22-18. I think Madden and I might be making up after all these years of disagreeing. Okay, San Diego and Houston. That'll be a tougher one to pick. San Diego is actually 3-5, Houston 4-3. So just reverse those wins and losses there, and you'll get their real records. So San Diego, they got a nice big win last week against Tennessee. I still don't see them as the hot team everyone expected them to be. So it's kind of hard to know what to do with San Diego every week, to be perfectly honest. Against a team like Houston, who's been doing pretty well, they had a kind of a big loss against Indianapolis this week, but they've had a good season so far. Nothing to be too ashamed of, so kind of have to go with the hot hand here, which for last week would be San Diego, but overall, Houston's been the better team this year, so going to go with Houston. Okay, we have our first disagreement of the week. Madden's going to go with San Diego. See what happens. Okay, Arizona and Minnesota, and neither team is that good. Arizona's 3-4, Madden is 2-5, or Minnesota's 2-5. Okay. So Arizona's going back to starting Derek Anderson at quarterback this week. And Minnesota's going back to starting Brett Favre this week, obviously, because his arm hasn't fallen off yet. Minnesota also losing Randy Moss on waivers. A lot of stuff going on with Minnesota. Kind of a lot of stuff going on with Arizona, too. It's kind of hard to pick. Even with all the crap Minnesota's going through this week, I still kind of like them to beat Arizona. I mean, yeah, I could see Favre finally settling down and kind of having a good game, and Minnesota moving on from the whole Moss thing, and yeah, I think Minnesota can take this one, so that's where I'm going to go with this one. Madden's going to go with Arizona. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. Both having pretty good seasons. Giants at 5-2, Seahawks at 4-3. Not a lot of people expected the Seahawks to be as good as they are, but they are. I kind of like the Giants in this one. They've been pretty consistent all year, especially with the Cowboys down there. They've kind of consistently been the rock in the NFC East, so that's where I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with the Giants. Madden goes with the Giants too, 24-17. Okay, the top two teams in the AFC West. Who expected these two teams to be? The Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. With the Chiefs at 5-2 and the Oakland Raiders at 4-4. I guess Madden did kind of expect Kansas City to be okay this year, but anyway, I kind of like Kansas City because they've been more consistent. I mean, Oakland, they've just kind of started to turn it on. I mean, if Oakland wins this week, they're another team that I might start to trust more for the rest of the year. But for this week, I'm still going to call Oakland a fluke, and I'm going to go with Kansas City. But if Oakland wins, then maybe, just maybe, I'll start picking Oakland a little bit more. But for now, Kansas City. And Madden goes with Kansas City as well, 27-17. Okay, Indianapolis and Philadelphia. Indianapolis, they kind of had a slow start, but have been picking it up. They are 5-2. They've been very hot lately. And Philadelphia with a decent 4-3. Both teams that have had some great success this year. Philadelphia's likely going with Cobb again as their quarterback. Either team could win this game, but I have to go with the hot team, which is the Indianapolis Colts. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts. Madden's gonna go with the Eagles. Interesting to see how this one turns out. Okay, the Sunday nighter, the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Both teams that have had some inconsistencies, but Dallas a lot more of them. They are only 1-6. And Green Bay expected to be one of the best teams in the league again, obviously, but they're stuck at a very decent, okay 5-3, which is still good enough for me to pick Green Bay in this one. I mean, Dallas still doesn't have Tony Romo back, obviously. Kind of makes that an easier pick for me, so I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers to beat Dallas on Sunday night. Okay, Madden goes with Dallas, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And the Monday nighter to close out Week 9 is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers are 5-2, Bengals are 2-5. And again, this is a game where I have to go with the hot team, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that is what I'm going to do for my last pick of Week 9. And Madden's last pick of Week 9 is going to be the Steelers as well, 31-6. So we agreed on quite a few. I think we just disagreed on like 3 or 4. So let me count them. 1, not those 2, 2, 3, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, that's 9 out of 13 we've agreed on. So the difference will come down to just 4 games. It'll be, where's the first one we disagreed on? The San Diego, Houston, Arizona, Minnesota, Indianapolis and Philadelphia, and the Sunday Nighter, Dallas and Green Bay. So those 4 games will be the difference between Madden and I winning this week. As far as overall games go, we're tied at 64, so I could really use a win to kind of stay on top in that category. So, yep, hope you guys enjoyed the football this week, and I'll see you on Tuesday with another batch of results, and hopefully some good results for me. Again, still haven't won a week since week 5, and kind of hoping I can do it this week. So, let's do it. Have a good day. Goodbye, guys.